energy. Here, Frank, Tito almost riding him in a wrestling position. Tried to go to his back and then eventually up onto his feet. And both of them, once they got to their feet, prodded the other. They wanted to see what each other had. And Frank with a big overhand right hits the shoulder. They trade knees. Uppercut by Shamrock. Uppercut by Ortiz. Excellent exchange.
Our veteran cut man, veteran of the sport of boxing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, working on the cut above Frank Shamrock's side. And Tito Ortiz trying to regain his oxygen during this 1-minute break as we are set for round number 4.
Use those knees and punches.
Last time Frank fought, he beat that man. In the background in the white jacket, white hat, John Machine Gun Lober.
Are you ready, Frank? Turn around.
Ortiz working with Lober to try and improve his submission skills.
And John Spencer working with him on Muay Thai. But any kicks so far that have been thrown have been by Frank Shamrock. And he almost gave his leg.
He doesn't mind that. As long as the kick scores, he doesn't mind that.
Right.
And those kicks are starting to leave an impression on Tito Ortiz. They're nice, another nice inside-out kick. And I think those are good because they can trip you up as well as cause some damage. Nice left stiff jab. And Ortiz's output has slowly dwindled.
Yeah. And Frank looks so light on his feet still. Yeah.
That's not to say Tito's still not dangerous, a very dangerous fighter, but it's definite now that his output has started to dwindle.
Frank feels it.
And Frank is starting to close the distance on the striking here. He's getting right in tight with Tito now.
Frank feels something, Jeff.
He knows he needs to start pushing the fight hard.
Frank taking the center of the ring. Tito working his way around the outside. The tactic always used by big brother Ken Shamrock. Come out, take the center of the ring.
Now Shamrock had a cut on the side of his head, but it doesn't appear to be bleeding now. Good corner work by the champion. And like a racing crew, it's a team effort. Everybody's got to do their thing. And Shamrock now walking into Ortiz and striking, but it's now Tito's turn. He returns to the double leg and takes the champ down.
And I think Tito was just waiting for that opportunity.
And I believe Tito is now suffering from fatigue. We have not seen Ortiz fight this long in any fight. They're into it now, 17 full minutes. 3 minutes left in this round with 1 round remaining.
Longest fight of Frank Shamrock's UFC career was the overtime submission win over Jeremy Horn. 16:30 was the duration of that fight. Now that we've gone to the 5 rounds of 25 total minutes, 5 times 5, Jeff, we get into a situation where conditioning does go a lot longer than it could have in the past.
Absolutely. Except when we had those no time limit bouts, or a half-an-hour time limit bout. Those were the longest bouts we ever had in the UFC.
Shamrock never had to experience that, nor did Ortiz. It goes all the way back to the Gracies, the Shamrocks, Sevens, the great champions of the past. There has never been another middleweight champion other than the man right now working from his garden here, Frank Shamrock. He has been our only middleweight champion.
And Tito again able to keep Frank down, but Frank is forcing him to burn a lot of energy just to hold him down. And once again, we see Tito not using any kind of punching, not using any kind of striking, just hanging on.
Great, guys.
1 minute, 39 seconds remaining in round number 4.
And again, Shamrock starting to move, trying to be active again. Tito hanging on tight to Shamrock's head. And Frank always works for inside control. He doesn't like to keep Ortiz's arms too close to his head without an arm somewhere laced in between. Those are all missing. Every one of those elbows missed. They're right in front of us at a clean view of it. Each one missed. reversal. And now we're going to find out what kind of stamina Tito Ortiz has.
Shamrock trying to end it. Shamrock delivers shot. They're toe-to-toe. And Ortiz shoots it again. Tito avoids the big punches of Frank Shamrock. 37 seconds. Shamrock trying to work a choke. Frank tried to end it.
He certainly did. He got up, but that's a huge burst to put on late in the fight. And how much did that take out of Tito Ortiz? And they're in tight there, and he's got him over. Shamrock might go back to it.
15 seconds. Working Ortiz still.
And he's down.
It's over.
What a gutsy performance by the champ.
Shamrock retains the middleweight title.
It looked to me as though Shamrock felt conditioning was going to be a factor. He stayed active in his guard throughout this fight. He constantly made Tito Ortiz work, and it eventually paid off very late in the fight. But certainly his stand-up skills have improved. Shamrock able to deal with Tito Ortiz on his feet, unafraid of taking risks, and because of that, he found that big reward we talked about.
Frank Shamrock, the greatest under 200-pound fighter in the mixed martial arts world. This is where he turns it around.
Shamrock constantly moving here. He wanted to continue to find ways to make Tito expend energy, and he never rested on the bottom. He never just stayed on his back. He wanted to continue to move, and here you see him doing that, and he eventually came up, and once he got up here, I felt that he really had to press the fight, and he did. He stood toe-to-toe with Tito, and Tito resorted to what he needed, and that was a takedown. But in doing so, he also got locked into somewhat of a guillotine choke, and by that, I think it started draining Tito quickly, and right then and there when he started punching, and you could see Tito's hands tapping the mat, Tito conceded. He submitted to the champ.
And that is where, as you said, he lost the oxygen right there. As Frank Shamrock victorious and continues to be our middleweight champion. What a fight! And look at the respect shown by Tito Ortiz as we get the official word on this, our featured matchup, the marquee matchup, and there can only be one champion. And for that announcement, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by tap out at 4 minutes, 50 seconds in the 4th round for the winner and still UFC middleweight champion of the world, Frank Shamrock. Let's have a big hand for a very game warrior opponent in Tito Ortiz.
Frank Shamrock at 450 of the 4th round retains his middleweight belt. And he worked against a very game Tito Ortiz, who is showing great respect towards his opponent, Frank Shamrock now. And what a battle. Everything that we anticipated we saw tonight, and that was two of the best in the world go at it toe-to-toe. They worked the grappling skills. They worked everything. And in the end, Tito Ortiz absolutely gassed. And Frank ended every round well. And he finally ended it with just 10 seconds remaining in the 4th round. Took the rest of the oxygen away with the choke. And Frank Shamrock was able to then end the night for Tito Ortiz. The flurry weakened Tito. Then he went down losing gas. And he kind of was out of his senses there because of the choke applied. And that's when John McCarthy stepped in. And Tito Ortiz had seen his night and his opportunity to steal the middleweight championship belt come to an end.